Camu Crocotta Interlude. Like a Shadow. If you want to live, you need to be calm in all situations and not let your rage consume you. The clanging of blades resound in the open space. Two warriors are in the middle of a duel. They are both wielding greatswords and using similar maneuvers, but it is obvious that the older one is way more experienced. So he keeps challenging the younger one with different moves. A thrust first, and then feinting and pulling back. What looked like a kick turns into a downwards chop. Darn it, master. You keep making conversation to distract me in the middle of the duel. That's so unfair. I'm just trying to teach you as much as possible in the shortest time, you know. The youth is named Camu, a civilian who is a little bit more capable than the average person. The mentor is named Maljen, a special security personnel in Corona. Tch, what a headache. Camu tosses his greatsword towards Maljen and gets into his usual stance, hoping to grab his mentor and give him a good thrashing. Also, haven't I told you not to talk in battle? You could get distracted. Maljen simply responds to Camu's rage by knocking the latter's weapon to the side with his own greatsword and bending down slightly. Ugh, my sword. You lost. The hilt of the sword is pressed against Camu's stomach. He curls up in anguish and takes a few steps back. And then he tumbles down to the ground after stepping on an empty tin. Ow, 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 ow. Come to think of it, you've been training here with me for at least half a year, huh? Hey, at least help me up, yeah? My apprentices do not rely on others' help. Fine. Camu bounces up from the ground and dusts himself off. I'm not sure how long exactly I've been training here. Why bring it up now, though? You want me to work for Corona's Special Security Department too? The Special Security Department is not for everyone, but I do believe Corona is your best choice right now. For real? I could really work for Corona? There's an increasing number of corrupted and fewer livable areas. The people at Corona believe it's time to strengthen their security. Security? You mean a private military? Call it whatever you like. So, will you starve to death on this block or become a Corona soldier? Did you really have to ask? I'll become a Corona soldier, of course. And someday, I'll climb higher than you. You sure have no shame. But if... no way that's happening. Are you calling me weak now, Master? Who knows? Anyway, I'll be leaving the city for a mission soon. You should report in at Corona tomorrow. If we're both unlucky, we might meet again. If we're both unlucky? Camu reports in at the Corona headquarters the next morning. Several other youths from a similar background are also there. Thank you all for coming today. Some of you we've recruited, some of you recommended by our own. You may come from different backgrounds, but we do not discriminate. Here, everyone's treated the same. A tremor runs down Camu's spine. He notices several others in white lab coats stepping into the room behind the instructor. Some are wheeling in basic monitoring devices, some carrying surgery tools, and some holding metal suitcases embossed with the Corona logo. Though the sight is unfamiliar, the youths present can all tell that the suitcase must hold what they call serums. It's the elixir that allows one to walk outside of a filtered city without being infected by the punishing virus. Want to become a Corona soldier? Simple. We'll inject the serum into you, and you'll be under observation in our building for 1 night. That's all? No need to go through tests or anything? Our devices have already determined your physical capabilities when you pass through our gate. Those who didn't make the cut were already sent away. The instructor's indifferent comments seem to have given all the youths present a confidence boost, as if they were all chosen ones. Something, however, hangs on Camu's mind. Why do we have to be observed for a whole night? Doesn't the serum just make us immune to the punishing virus? If they are testing the effects of the serum, should they not be let outside instead? Because it's a specially modified serum, we don't know how many of you it will work on. This is a safety precaution. While beset with questions, Camu decides to keep them to himself. Like the others, he figures that this will not be such a big deal. As long as he becomes a Corona soldier, he will be set for his whole life. Unless he dies in battle, of course. That is why so many others have gathered here. After the brief Q&A session, the instructor moves discreetly out of the room. The prospective soldiers get their serums injected and are sent into the pre-arranged containment rooms to be observed. The enclosed spaces are completely bare and unlit. In the darkness, Camu notices a security camera above his head. So they'll be watching us all night, huh? What time is it anyway? Camu had expected a long, boring period of waiting, but a strange sensation soon comes over the serum-injected spot. It is as if his muscles and veins are expanding from the inside. The pressure against his nerves gives him so much pain that he topples to the ground the very next second. As if on cue, shouts and wall banging travel over from the other rooms. "Let me out! What's going on? Am I allergic? Doctor! Is there a doctor?" Only a few are shouting at first, but after a while it feels like everyone else out there is screaming for help. But there is no response. Writhing in pain, all Camu can hear is the clicking of the security camera as it zooms in and out. He tries his best to calm himself down by focusing on the regular mechanical whines. Darn it, Master. What's going on? The effects finally overtake his senses. After wheezing for a short while, he faints. An indefinite number of hours later, Camu is awakened by a blinding light and forceful shaking. Camu, status, alive and healthy. So this is the last one of the survivors, huh? There sure aren't a lot of them. Camu has no idea who the people talking in front of him are, nor what is going on. But before he falls unconscious once more, he hears a certain word. Pass. I've become a Corona soldier. Life's pretty good. And... oh, right. Listen, Master, I'm gonna beat you one day. At the squad's rallying point, Camu takes out his terminal and sends his mentor a message. He would prefer to talk to him directly, but Malgen never picked up his calls for some reason. What's that guy doing anyway? Besides surviving, defeating his mentor is Camu's second goal. He and Malgen first met on the streets. Mistaking Malgen as an easy target, Camu attacked immediately and suffered a humiliating defeat. Malgen became his mentor and the one who taught Camu how to survive. Well, leave me on red all you want. Once I prove myself, I'll find a way to see you again. Camu places his greatsword back on his back. He then notices some of his companions discussing something, faces serious. You're in charge of patrolling, right? What are you doing here? What's the point of patrolling? We're in a mobile base. We won't even be here anymore tomorrow. Indeed, after the nightmare of an initiation test, Camu and the rest of the survivors have been dispatched to mobile fleets to perform missions outside the city. They have been doing so for 2 months. Thought we'd be security guards in the city, but turned out we're mobile assault forces. Feels like we're in even more danger than soldiers, aren't we? At least we've got ample supplies and excellent equipment. Besides, you're all excellent fighters, though not as good as me. Camu, you little... Come on then, 1v1 me. Oh, you want another loss on your records? The squad members are prone to bantering, and no one would reprimand them for that. In fact, Camu's squad does not even have a leader. Their missions are assigned via remote communications, and serums and other supplies are delivered via airdrop. Anyway, that part aside, what were you guys talking about just now? We were talking about the mission we had a few days ago. You should probably remember too. In that abandoned urban district. You mean those nomads, huh? Nomads are what they call vagrants who do not belong to a certain city or exiled criminals. A rather cruel way to deal with criminals, but most people seem to have accepted it. This included civilians and the criminals themselves. As they talk, Camu remembers what happened that day. That's a Corona vehicle. Have it surrounded now. They definitely have serums and food. Oh! What are they doing? Stay back! Stay back! When passing through an area, Camu's squad found the road blocked by some large obstacles. They were about to hop off and clear the path when they realized that it was a trap set by nomads. Before the soldiers could react, the nomads opened fire, aiming at the weak points of the van. To protect their ride, the soldiers were forced into a defensive position. Are you nuts? We're an official Kurono squad! Who cares if you're from Kurono or the world government? Hand over the goods. What? Though they were an official squad, most of the members were relatively inexperienced. Besides, these were humans and not the corrupted, which complicated things. The moment of hesitation crippled the squad, and the nomads almost thought they could get away from this encounter alive. Out of the way! What? But Camu immediately shattered their hopes. Without anyone even noticing, he sneaked up next to the nomad chief and practically sliced him in half. What? Camu, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hurry up and open fire! Following Camu's order, the squad members picked up their guns and fired at the nomads. Without their leader, the remaining nomads scattered and fled in horror, frightened by the gunfire and Camu himself. There were some casualties, but at least they didn't lose any resources. Those nomads will die here anyway if they can't get any serums or food, right? Are you sympathizing with them now? We've lost some of our men to them already. I was just thinking that we might end up like them if we're not careful. Some of them are around our age. They're unlucky, that's all. What a world we live in. The soldier mutters, gives himself a serum shot, and tosses another serum to Camu. It's over, huh? After taking out all the attackers, the group blanks out for a moment, collectively forgetting what they had been doing before the battle began. What are you people doing? Start collecting our things. Camu's squad is sent on a new mission to transport some packages for Kurono. Like their supplies, the items are sent to them via airdrop. The packages are heavily bundled up and come with small filters, perhaps for secrecy or other reasons. While receiving their shipment, Camu's squad is attacked by a corrupted horde. Oh yeah, come help everyone. As the other members come back to their senses and are about to help with the supplies, a scream rings out right next to Camu. Hey, what's wrong? The screams increase in volume. The soldier is lying face down on the ground, scratching at his own arms and neck. His face turns purple. As if suffocating, he starts struggling to pull off his protective gear in an attempt to breathe better. Stop! Taking off your gear here? Are you off your rocker? It hurts. And so itchy. The squad members surround the screamer, trying to figure out what is going on, while Camu keeps shaking him in the hopes of keeping him calm. Where are you hurting? Were you injured in battle? Or are you sick? I don't know. Don't know, Camu. His whole body is in pain and drastically weakened. It is as if lava is churning in his brain. The man manages to spit out a few words as he writhes on the ground. Camu touches his body and senses a strong heat radiating from his skin. Oh right, the serum! Someone fetch the serum! Got it! Give him a shot now! Some other members had already gone off to fetch the serum before Camu's shout, as this is not the first time something like this has happened. Though they have no idea what the reason is, squad members would sometimes suddenly fall down in excruciating pain and lose all control of their limbs. Kurono's response to situations like this is always more serum. But the official solution did not seem to work this time. They give the soldier the shot, but things do not take a turn for the better. Camu. Camu. What? We're real unlucky. Hey, what do you mean? His vitals are... Hey! Wake up! Damn it! According to the contract they signed, all bodies of squad members must be returned to Kurono. Along with the delivery, Camu brings his dead squad mate there. I'm here to make a delivery. Yet you won't even let me into the city? It's part of the contract. Don't try to force your way in, or we'll shoot. Camu is held up at the gate while his packages are brought into the city right away. Yeah, I know you'll shoot. Anyway, what's happened to this dude? If you guys want the body, it means you'll give it an autopsy, right? I said don't move! What's happening? Camu notices that the guards are on high alert, not because of the contractual obligations, but a sort of instinctive reaction. With every step Camu takes towards the guard, he takes one step back and clutches his weapon tighter. It was the same when they took in the body. Those people seemed disproportionately nervous, as if Camu was handing over an explosive. Tell me what you know. Clenching his fist, Camu marches towards the guards, who immediately open fire without bothering to issue a warning according to the rules. Damn it! Told you to stay back! Tch. Camu knows better than to cause a scene here, so he gives up his questioning attempt and backs up, finally fleeing the city amidst gunfire. What happened to his squad mate? And what do the Corona guards know? What will happen to him and the other squad members? The questions still plague Camu's mind. Meanwhile, a man stands on the city's lookout platform. He watches the retreating figure and presses a button on his communications device. Maogen speaking. The monsters have left the city. It's only been a short time since these models have been employed in operations before the accidental deaths began. I'm truly regretful. And the deaths have become increasingly frequent. Our monsters might not have much time left. So we should just go ahead without any ado, huh? Got it. How about we send them to that place then? Yes. As a member of the Special Security Department, I'll handle this. Your next mission is to burn down a city that has been occupied by the Corrupted. Master! Aren't you Master? After the suspicious death, Camu and his squad continue performing their missions. One day, while the group is resting, the image of Maogen suddenly appears on the big screen in front of them all. I see her as loud as always. And don't call me Master in front of other people. Yes, Master. Despite all that has happened before this, Camu is still excited to see his mentor. I have a question, sir. Fire away. Why do we have to burn down the city? We might not be able to reclaim it either way, but what good does burning it down do? The place is pretty much a factory that produces endless streams of corrupted. Though most corrupted act purely on instinct, like beasts, they do sometimes accidentally bring the virus to places such as factories, which will turn the factories into a corrupted production line. Maogen's reply confirms that this is what has happened in the city. Though they can stop the process by destroying the production line, the density of the virus will still continue to increase in the city, as it usually does when the corrupted gather. Soon, not even filters will be able to save these areas. Back to the point, we've summoned multiple mobile forces of your type for this mission and will be distributing the equipment needed for the burning via airdrop. Destroy everything. Don't leave even a speck of dust behind. Headquarters orders. Got it? Gotcha. By the way, what are you doing here, Master? And where have you been all these days? And why are you looking like that? The soldiers start getting ready after the briefing, while Camu continues to bombard Maogen with questions. I'm not answering the first question, as it is a company secret, but I can tell you about my appearance. I'm a construct now. Construct? It's a bit hard to explain, but basically it's something more powerful than a human soldier and can defeat the corrupted single-handedly. Wow, sounds badass. Can I become a construct too? I can't tell you yet. Anyway, you should get ready. The mission starts in 3 hours. Why so cold, Master? Anyway, Master, do you know anything about our squad? Back when I last went to town. It'll be fine, Camu. Just finish the mission. Everything will be fine. Before Camu can question his mentor further, Maogen cuts in. What do you mean by that? I meant that you'll perhaps overtake me in terms of skill after this mission. I read your messages. You were working hard towards a promotion, huh? Oh, You mean we'll no longer need to travel out there after this mission? If that's how you choose to interpret it. I'm busy, so I'll be disconnecting now. Okay, wait for me, Master. Look at all those planes in the sky. You know, I didn't expect there to be other troops with mobile bases like us. After some preparations, Camu and Co. arrive at the outskirts of the designated city. Countless corrupted are peering at the Corona troops through the wall openings while the military aircrafts circle around in the skies, as if they were trying to trap the ground troops along with the corrupted. Ground troops, you copy? This ID number refers to the planes in the skies, huh? Yeah, we copy. What's up? According to orders, the burning will commence after you take out the corrupted. So you'll be bombing the place, basically. We're wasting fuel by hovering above the city, so please hurry and get rid of the corrupted as soon as you can. We'll message you when it's time for retreat and then commence the bombing. The call ends, and the ground troop soldiers give themselves their serum shots before picking up their weapons. Let's get it done then. Master said we'll be promoted after the mission is done. Gritting his teeth and bearing the fresh pain from the injection, Camu leads the group toward the city. Hey Camu, where are you going? I'd rather work alone. You guys keep sticking together. Wait! Master said I could become an advanced combatant, but I'm not sure about that, and those aircraft are like surveillance cameras. Right on time. The corrupted in the city have been surrounded as planned, right? Blow them up! What? What's going on here? Hey, where are you guys? Run, Camu!
敵はどこにだっている。さっさと次の戦闘に向けて準備を始めろ。
Where's everyone? Say something if you hear me. Bombs continue to fall, and yet the intended targets are unharmed. Hey, you guys up there, you hear me? What do you think you're doing? What about our people? We haven't retreated yet. So there are survivors, huh? Scan for their location immediately. So, you want us dead, huh? The orders in the very beginning were to destroy you and your flawed comrades. Surrender, corrupted! More booms, even louder, sound from outside the city. Though Camu is too far to witness the event, he knows that it is the sound of their mobile base being bombed. They sent Camu's squad into the city and started bombing them, even destroyed their vehicles so they could not leave. Destroy everything. Don't leave even a speck of dust behind. Headquarters orders. So that was what Master meant, huh? Everything makes sense now. Corona has always had a shady reputation, but Camu never imagined that it would come to this. What did he do wrong? What did the others do wrong? Why did this have to happen? Did they mess up on any missions? Or did he do something unacceptable at the gate? No, none of those are the main reason. That squad member. Camu remembers his first squad mate to pass away in an accident. He was completely unscathed in battle, yet died right afterward. After that happened, several others perished in similar ways. Camu tried to ask the officials about it each time, yet all he got was silence. Damn it, I'm not dying here! Camu grips his greatsword tight and rushes toward his confused squadmates. He slices his way through the obstacles and grabs their hands. What? Come with me! Are you just gonna roll over and die or what? Anyone who can still run, follow me! We get into the subway station and leave following the tracks. Move! Move! Why? Why? After they flee the city, Camu stalks off away from the other survivors under the moonlight. He tears off his shirt, revealing his battle-hardened body, or should he call it his serum-ravaged body. Even before his squad mate's accident, Camu had already noticed certain abnormalities within his body. I don't feel a thing. Camu tries to touch the abnormal parts, but no matter what he does, he feels nothing and gets no reaction. That part of his body can no longer be salvaged. Camu knows that one day he will end up like his dead squad mate. An antibody experiment, huh? Serum, mixed with the punishing virus? Before they fled the city, the pilot called him corrupted. Though unacquainted with the relevant research, Camu can still easily come to the only possible conclusion. That must be why the guards at the gate kept their distance from him, and why he was never allowed to enter the cities. And why the body of his companions had to be preserved carefully and returned to Corona. Because their squad had all been injected with the punishing virus. The pilot also called them flawed, which meant that the superiors believed that this experiment could no longer continue. They're trying to destroy all evidence that this experiment had happened by burying Camu's squad in eternal darkness. What the? Camu already knew that, as low-level squads, they would never be treated well. They might even be deployed somewhere dangerous where they could easily die. But he sure did not expect to become a test subject, a failed one at that, one that would eventually become a corrupted and die. Damn it! Camu, we thought you were captured by the Corona guys. The other survivors appear and interrupt him from his thoughts. They have all patched each other up and have come before Camu for further orders. What are you guys doing with the luggage? Fleeing, of course. We've still got some supplies. We should be able to survive if we find the right place. Too bad we don't have our van anymore. If we go somewhere Corona can't find us, we'll have to face lots of corrupted. But with the corrupted, at least we can choose whether to fight or flee. If the opponent is Corona, well, do you think we can survive a bombing like that a second time? So, is fleeing your only option? Don't you want revenge? So, what do you want to do? I want to get my revenge on Corona. They have a base around here, right? Rally all survivors, attack the stronghold, and destroy them all. That won't work. We'd basically be walking to our graves, and even if it works, they'll send others after us. Then we'll destroy the next base, and the next. Huh? Surely you must have noticed that the serums mixed with something else, and the abnormal changes in your body. Even if we don't get killed on the way, we'll die from the painful side effects of the serum just like the others. By fleeing, you're simply prolonging your suffering before you eventually die. I'm not doing that. I'm not someone who'd just shut up and bear it when I'm betrayed, if I have to die either way. I'll show them the true meaning of fear. What? The others stare, mouth agape, as a crazed expression begins to overtake Camu. But when Camu pulls out the greatsword he had stuck in the ground and steps forward, they all follow. They've broken through Section B. Seal all relevant gates. Where are the guard bots? The connection was cut before we could activate them. They've already occupied the area. We can't get inside to fix the machines. The basement exit has been totally destroyed. Some of our own are trapped in there. What a mess. You're from the Special Security Department. I'll be in charge of this situation from now on. The security cameras are working, right? Yeah, the corrupted haven't noticed the cameras yet. They're gathered in sections A and B right now and will probably make their way up here soon. With an impassive face, Mao Zhen gives orders to the panicking Corona soldiers who lost their head when the corrupted charged in. After calming the guards down, he trains his gaze onto the screen, which shows a horde of armed corrupted. Their leader, Camu's greatsword, is especially eye-catching. With the current situation, we can't expect the headquarters to send any ground troops. A few of you should stay here and report to me. The rest of you come with me. We'll take down the corrupted. Roger! Things are going well, Camu. Those bastards at Corona sure didn't expect us to barge right in. Of course they wouldn't. Remember, don't let any of them slip by. Show them what it really means to not leave behind a single speck of dust. Spurred on by hatred, Kamu's squad goes on a destructive rampage like unchained monsters, smashing all the guard bots and supplies in the way. The computer's storing important data, too, and life-saving equipment. They crush them all without a second thought. No! No! They crush the Corrupted employee they come across, too. His fate has been sealed the moment he tripped in a panic. That's enough. Continue forward! They no longer care about casualties in their group. None of them had expected to leave alive anyway. They plow on. We have just one goal. The control room on the top level. Get there, find a way to destroy this place, and then do it. Camu, some guard bots are coming down from upstairs. Out of my way. Let's divide and conquer. I'll take the lead. Understood. Go to hell, you rotten pieces of corrupted. Master. No, Malgen. Malgen, I knew it was you. Don't take it personally, Camu. I'm just carrying out orders. Camu, do I still have a chance? Malgen! Malgen! I told you to stay focused in battle. Ah! The two duel, wielding identical weapons. One of them is an incomplete construct, the other a part corrupted. The corrupted thrusts his greatsword forward in a move just like the past, and the construct blocks it just as easily. Malgen, I thought you were my master. Why would you treat me like this? You're just a kid I found on the street. Thought you had something in you, so I taught you a thing or two. You don't really expect me to take care of you to the end, huh? Besides, you wouldn't even have survived without me. What's the point of surviving as a lab rat and stabbed in the back by your own? Are you kidding me? Shouldn't our enemy be the corrupted? You are the corrupted, Camu. We're humans! Since halfway through the duel, Camu has abandoned his weapon and started fighting with his legs and fists. He attempts to move closer, but Malgen continues to back away, blocking Camu's every move with his greatsword. The punishing virus in your body is way over the limit, and you're wreaking havoc, letting your instincts take over. What difference do you have from the corrupted now? You were once a human, but it's a matter of time before your corporeal body is destroyed by the virus. How dare you! In the beginning, you did have a chance to be promoted to real Corona soldiers. Too bad the experiment failed. Or I should say that it was doomed to fail in the beginning. Injecting humans with the punishing virus? This sort of madness would never bear fruit. When abnormalities started occurring in your squad, the officials understood that constructs were the way to go. So you're the result of a successful experiment, huh? Malgen? I was a test subject all the same. Only 50 members of the Special Security Department survived. In that case, why would you still work for Corona? No matter what's involved in the process, as long as we can defeat the virus and protect the world, then the sacrifices are worth it. That's not what I think. But that's what the whole world thinks. It's the only thing that keeps it going, Camu. All I know is that we were lied to. The virus is not what wants to kill us. You are! By then, Malgen has stopped backing away and starts stepping forward to meet Camu's attacks. Camu recognizes exactly what he is doing and leaps onto Malgen's greatsword, using it as a stepping stone to reach a higher spot. Take that, kid! Instead of losing balance from Camu's action, Malgen stabilizes himself with his construct capabilities and raises his greatsword, swinging it at Camu. Now! What? This was never a one-on-one duel to begin with. Camu had long expected that Mao Zhen would be waiting for him and that they would duel. So his squad mates had been waiting for their chance out of sight. Right on cue, a bullet penetrates Mao Zhen's palm, sending his great sword flying. Camu takes the great sword a second before Mao Zhen can. No need to blame it on the virus or call yourself a savior of humans. Even without the pandemic, I know you people would still do what you did for your own benefit. Someone who abandons others easily are not qualified to talk about saving the world. He lands, turns around, and charges toward Mao Zhen, roaring. The great sword pierces through the construct's body. For a second, time seems to have frozen. Besides, I despise this world, Master. Mao Zhen does not reply. He gazes at Kamu's face, at his gradually bruising arm, then at the greatsword, drenched with his own vital fluid. And then down at his own body, where sparks from the snapped wires are dancing. He looks nothing like a human. Honestly, same. Master? As Mao Zhen collapses, the fire from downstairs has spread to where they are. Camu finally hears the screams of horror and despair coming from inside the building. There are tears in everyone's eyes, be it Kamu's comrades or the guards on Mao Zhen's side. And then Camu hears a familiar noise. A loud whirring sounds from above his head. Something crashes through the wall and drops, and explodes. Kurono! Through the opening in the wall, Camu sees the aircraft that had killed his comrades. They have found his squad, and have come after them. Without a way to escape this burning building, Camu can only watch as the explosions swallow his comrades and the guards. There is nothing he can do. He has no strength left anyway after dueling Mao Zhen. Not that he would want to live after that. As the building falls, Camu lets the weapon slip out of his hand. He gazes up at the pale, pale sky. Damn it. Damn it all! Camu wakes up under blinding lights. He sees nothing but an expanse of white. He can sense the clutter and several people around him, though. Are you? I suppose I count as a doctor. I will be operating on you to make you into a construct. Construct? So you're making me a construct? Yes. You're not allowed to refuse, though. Camu does not feel particularly aggressive anymore. He might have been tranquilized. He does not even react to the word Kurono, though he does feel a bit surprised about the construct part. Why are you doing this to me? Because everyone else besides you died from the virus. You're the only human who's survived so far with the punishing virus in you. Not particularly enthused about being the exception, Camu tries to sit up, but soon realizes that his limbs have been tied down. The person who calls himself a doctor is busy with some tools, probably preparing for an operation. Where's my master? You mean Mao Zhen from Special Security? He died in the explosion. When we found him, his body was draped over you. Thanks to that, you weren't directly crushed. What? Camu has no idea how to react. Before he can figure out why his mentor did that, a sharp pain jabs into his spine. Don't move. An icy liquid pours into his body. The operation is about to begin. Hey, do whatever you want to me. Use me however you like. But promise me one thing. The doctor falls silent for a bit before putting the syringe aside. Tell us. We'll see if we can work something out. I don't know much about science, but if you guys at Kurono can make humans into constructs, surely you can alter memories too. Even create fake personas. We can indeed manipulate memories, but a persona requires a certain amount of memory data from real life. While you do your operation, can you replace my persona with a new one? A persona that won't bother himself with anything complicating. A persona that can inspire courage in others. What a coincidence. I wonder if it'll be a blessing or a curse. Camu. Kamui. We'll do it. Shall we name that persona Kamui? Kamui. Sounds a bit silly, but I don't have the right to decide, yeah? Camu can tell that the doctor's crew are cutting his body open from the liquid pouring out, though he cannot feel anything due to the anesthesia. His heart is beating faster, cold sweat glistening on his skin. Even so, Camu ignores whatever is happening to him and starts thinking about Kamui. If I survive this, I'd like to see how you live through this world. Teach me how to love this world, Kamui.